Hey loves, welcome to tonight's story time, a space to slow down, breathe, and drift into another world. I'm Dee, and I'll be reading you a story to help you unwind. So get cozy, grab a blanket, put on a headset or a pair of earbuds, and let's begin. Tonight's story is called The Midnight Key. It started with a letter, not an email, not a text, an actual letter. On thick parchment paper sealed with a crimson wax stamp shaped like a crescent moon. It arrived without a return address, slid neatly under Eliana's apartment door sometime between her late-night ramen and her morning alarm. All it said was, "The key turns at midnight. Come alone, 37 Ashwell Street." Eliana almost threw it away. She worked 2 jobs and didn't have time for pranks, mysteries, or whatever TikTok trend this was probably a part of. But curiosity is louder than logic sometimes, especially when you've been feeling invincible, like your life is a hallway of beige walls and buzzing fluorescent lights. So that night, she went. Ashwell Street was the kind of place no one walked down unless they were lost or up to something. Half the buildings looked abandoned, and the other half might as well have been. Number 37 stood crooked, like it had been built drunk. The paint peeled like old wallpaper, and the windows were cloudy with time. She knocked. Nothing. She tried the door. It creaked open. "Hello?" she called into the dark. Silence. Then, like clockwork, the old grandfather clock inside struck 12. Dong, dong, dong. 12 chimes. And then something clicked. A soft metallic sound came from the floor beneath the clock. Eliana stepped inside. Dust floated like ghosts in the silver of moonlight slicing through a broken window. She found a small trap door, almost invincible if you weren't listening for it. She opened it. Inside, a key. Small, silver, shaped like a dragon with ruby eyes. She should have run. Instead, she picked it up. The room changed, not slowly, instantly. The dust vanished, the furniture straightened, candles lit themselves along the walls, the air shifted, warmer, humming with invisible energy, and she was no longer alone. A woman stood across the room, dressed in something between a cloak and a constellation. Her eyes were white as starlight, her voice was velvet and thunder. "You've taken the key of calling, Eliana James." Eliana blinked. "How do you know my name?" "You were chosen the moment your heart ached loud enough for the other world to hear it." "Eliana," the woman continued, "this key opens the door between what is and what could be. A bridge, a burden, a gift, but only if you're brave." Eliana took a breath. "Why me?" "Because you don't believe in yourself, but something greater does." And just like that, the door behind her vanished. The room transformed into a hallway lined with doors, each one carved with symbols from dreams and memories she didn't know she had. One glowed, one glowed brighter than the rest. A door with the outline of a typewriter, a train ticket, and a burning star. She touched the key to the lock. The door creaked open to a world that felt both foreign and familiar. Trees that whispered names, rivers that flowed backwards, a castle made of books, guarded by riddles. There, she found people who knew her, not the tired barista version of her, but the real her. The her that wrote stories in the margins of bills, the her that wanted to believe life had magic left. And she became something more, a traveler, a protector of the boundary between dreams and decay. Sometimes, when people walk down Ashwell Street on accident, They swear they hear the faint click of a key turning. They think it's the wind, but if you listen close enough, you'll hear a voice whisper, "Midnight comes for everyone. Will you open the door?" The end. If you liked tonight's story time, please let me know in the comments if you want a part 2. Thank you for listening, loves. I hope this story brought you a little peace, or maybe just a moment to rest. Please remember this story is narrated and produced exclusively by Cozy Reads by D. We ask that you enjoy it here and kindly respect the creative work by not copying or posting it elsewhere. Thank you, and until next time, sweet dreams and stay safe.